Hello, friends, and welcome to music. Today, we are continuing to learn about the voice. This lesson is called My Voice is an Instrument. We are going to listen to the song Go and Stop while clicking around the screen to review our overview, objectives, and keywords. So here we go.
I'm a plane to rise into the sky, spread my wings out. Can you show me how to fly? I'm a freight train with many cars all connected, rolling on tracks. Now can you imitate it?
Okay, friends, our overview is that the purpose of this lesson is to promote your vocal abilities through singing and moving. We're going to learn today how to define and locate your vocal cords. We're going to describe how the vibrations of your voice affect your chest and your face when you are singing. We're going to learn sol and mi, which is a review. And we are going to improvise a little bit with sol and mi. Our keywords today are solo, vocal cords, high, low, sol, and mi. High, low, sol, and mi are review keywords from last week. So we will just go over solo and vocal cords for today. For a review, our last lesson, we learned to identify and use 4 voices within a song. We defined what pitch was, and we sang sol and mi. So let's now go back to our definitions. Our first word that we are going to define is solo. Here you can see the definition in English and in Spanish, and the word is pronounced the same in both languages. A solo is when there is one person singing or playing an instrument. Now let's look at our second definition. Our next word that we are going to define is vocal cords. Vocal cords are folds of tissue that are on the sides of your larynx, which is a part of your throat, to form a slit down, and they will vibrate to produce the voice. The Spanish translation of vocal cords is written here. So let's listen to the pronunciation in both English and Spanish.
Vocal cords. Cuerdas vocales.
Let's try together.
Vocal cords.
Vocal cords. One more time. Vocal cords. Good job. Let's try in Spanish.
Cuerdas vocales.
Cuerdas vocales. One more time. Cuerdas vocales. Great job, everyone. Okay, friends, now it is time for us to talk about an instrument that we all have that we did not purchase. It was free. What kind of instrument could we all have that did not cost any money? I'll give you a hint. You carry it with yourself always, and you didn't buy it in a store. Let's think for a moment and share our ideas, and then come back and learn about the instrument. So let's pause now. After discussing what instruments we could have that we did not pay for and we did not buy in a store, we have discovered that our voice is in fact an instrument. Now we are going to use these audio tracks to hear how each person's voice will sound different. Everybody has a unique sounding voice. And this happens because the way your voice sounds is different from the person next to you. And this is called timbre and range. So let's go ahead and look at the screen. Let's listen to this first voice.
I'm a superhero.
So we heard our first voice. Let's see who owns that voice. We have a little boy. Let's listen to it again.
I'm a superhero.
What a beautiful voice. Let's listen to the next voice. Who do we think has this voice?
Doggy, doggy, where's your bone?
Another beautiful voice. Let's see who the owner is. It's a little girl. Let's listen to her voice again.
Doggy, doggy, where's your bone?
That is beautiful and unique. Let's look at the third voice. Who do we think has this voice?
This song is about 16 notes.
All right, let's see who the owner is. Oh, it is a young man. Let's listen to his voice again.
This song is about 16 notes.
So we hear our adult man voice, and we can tell that it's different from the young boy's voice and the young girl's voice. Let's listen to the final voice and see who has that one.
Do you know the Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane?
And let's check out who the owner is. It is an adult woman. Let's listen to her voice again.
Do you know the Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane?
So as we can see, all four of these characters have all different sounding voices. That's because they're all different people. Let's keep going. Now we have a short video that is going to talk about how the voice works. Now on this main screen, Mr. Quaver is holding a picture of our vocal cords. So these are the folds that vibrate to create sound of your voice. We talked about this back in our definitions. So let's hear what Mr. Quaver has to say about how the voice works.
Like your heart has a beat so good. That is disgusting. It's a set of vocal cords. But everyone's got one. It's like having your own instrument in your throat. Now, if you want to sing a high pitch, your vocal cords will get tighter and a teensy-weensy bit shorter. So they vibrate quicker and you get a higher pitch. Watch this. But if you want to sing a lower pitch, your vocal cords will get longer and more relaxed. Boy, relax, will you? How weird. The vocal cords are a little bit like string instruments. Make the string short and tight and you get high pitch. Make the string long and relaxed, I get a lower pitch. Cool. Now what about brass instruments and woodwind instruments? Well, big tubes or pipes create low pitches. And small tubes or pipes make high pitches. Big, low, small, high. Big, low, small, high.
Thank you, Mr. Quaver, for teaching us about vocal cords and high and low pitches. Let's keep going. Okay, friends, in this activity, we are going to be feeling our voice vibrate. So, the first question is, can you feel the vibration of your voice? When you're talking, where do you feel the little vibrations? Or can you feel them? What about when you try different types of sounds, like high sounds and low sounds? Do you feel the vibration? And does it change where it vibrates? Does it feel different? Let's try singing some low sounds with our hands flat on our chests. And we're going to feel the vibrations coming from here. We're going to sing, I love music. Give it a try. I love music. One more time. I love music. Great job, everybody. Now we're going to do a long hoot like an owl. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And this time we're going to press our hands onto our cheeks. And we're going to see if we can feel the vibration in our head. Let's give it a try. Hoo, hoo, hoo. I'm feeling it right along my chin bone right here. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Pretend you're an owl. One more time. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So when we sing high, we can feel the vibration in our faces and our heads. And when we sing low, we feel the vibration down in our chests. So that's actually where the two voices come from, called the head voice and the chest voice, because that's where we feel our vibration. When we sing pitches, such as sol and mi, sol, mi, it's going to sound more like the owl hoot, and it's going to feel that way too. Let's give it a try. Sol, mi, sol, mi. Your turn. Okay. Let's take a look at our slide. You can see the little boy feeling his cheeks and the little girl feeling her chest. So we can move on. Next, we have a video that discusses breathing when you are singing. So this video is
I'm an alto. I sing
only a few minutes long, so we will watch the whole thing. We're going to meet Olivia, who is an alto, and we'll learn all about breathing. So here we go.
in classical music like opera, but I also sing traditional gospel.
What is traditional gospel?
Well, there are many different types of gospel. There's country gospel, there's contemporary Christian music, but I grew up singing gospel that came out of tradition of spirituals. It's very expressive, very emotional, and it has ornaments.
Ornaments like on a Christmas tree?
No, vocal ornaments. You add extra notes around the main melody note to ornament it.
And do you have to practice?
Well, yeah, I practice singing and breathing.
Breathing? What do you practice breathing for?
Well, with every type of singing, it's very important to breathe correctly.
Like this?
Though that sounds a little bit like your dog is sick, actually. To breathe correctly, you want to breathe from your diaphragm, which is the muscle located right under your lungs. Okay? If you do it right, your belly will expand like this.
Whoa, it's working! Look at that, Olivia!
Great.
Cool.
When you sing from down here, you can control the air that comes over your vocal cords and produce a better sound.
Right, let's sing a note together, Olivia. Ready?
Wait. Hold on a second. Let's relax these shoulders. You don't need your shoulders to move. You're only going to breathe from down here. Remember,
Okay.
expand and fill
Okay.
up. Okay?
All right, I got it, Olivia. Here we go.
Here we go.
No, Hester. You need to sing by using your diaphragm.
What's the diaphragm?
Well, let's look at the diaphragm diagram. Your diaphragm is a muscle that extends across the bottom of your rib cage, and it helps you breathe. As you breathe in, the diaphragm lowers and pulls air into your lungs. But when you breathe back out, the diaphragm pushes a steady stream of air over your vocal cords.
But how can I tell if I'm using my diaphragm?
When you take a breath before you sing, do not move your shoulders. Instead, put your hand on your stomach. It should feel like it's a big balloon filling up with air. Now let's see it. Wait. Make sure you're staying up straight. Your lungs can't expand very well if your rib cage isn't lifted with good posture.
Like this?
Perfect, kid. Using your diaphragm correctly will give you a better tone and breath control. Now hit it. Remember, use your diaphragm.
Okay, friends, now it's our turn to practice using our diaphragms. Now, the diaphragm you're going to feel by finding your rib cage, crawling your fingers down your rib cage until you find the center. The diaphragm is located right here. And when you take a breath in, the diaphragm lowers down, which allows all of your lower stomach to release and expand out. Now, your air does not go to your lower stomach. Your air still goes into your lungs and even into the back of your lungs here. But because the diaphragm moves down, that means all of our organs and everything else that we have in our stomachs get pushed out a little bit. So to know your diaphragm is working correctly, you do want to feel that lower stomach expand out. Now, I don't want you to purposefully go because that is going to actually tighten your muscles. It takes muscles to do that. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to relax and let it happen naturally. So let's have our hands on our stomach. I like to use two hands so I can feel my upper stomach right below my rib cage here and my lower stomach. Both areas are going to be moving outwards when I breathe in. So let's take in a nice deep breath. Remember not to move your shoulders because that's just adding tension and your breath doesn't get affected by your shoulders. So let's give it a try. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice when you exhale or breathe out, your stomach comes back in to normal. Breathe in again. And out. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time, we are going to look on the screen and we are going to pretend to be dogs and snakes. For the dogs, we are going to pant and we're going to feel our bellies go bounce, 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 bounce. Because a dog's panting is their diaphragm moving very, very fast back and forth. So let's go ahead and just practice going. Panting like a dog. Everybody give it a try. All right, now this time put your hands on your stomach and press in just a little bit with your hands, but try not to tighten your stomach up when you press in. The reason I want you to press in is because this time it's going to be a little harder to feel the panting, but you should feel a little bit of pushing every time you pant. So let's give it a try. Everybody breathe in and pant. Good job. The second animal we're going to do is the snake. And the snake makes a sound. So we're going to see who the best snake is. Who can hiss for the longest time. So this time, you're going to put your hands back on your stomach. We're going to make sure that we're breathing correctly. And then we're going to count how many hisses we can do. Because I need to count, I'm only going to use one hand, but I want everybody to use two hands to feel their hissing. So let's set a goal. Let's try to get to 16. And if we can't get to 16, we'll try to see how far we can go. Let's give it a try. Everyone breathe in, nice and low. Don't move your shoulders. And hiss. That was 16 counts. That was quite hard. But I think I still had a little bit of breath left in me. Did you have a little bit of breath left? If so, let's try to go for 20. All right, hands in place. Breathe in and hiss. Okay, that one was a little bit harder. So thank you for giving this a try. This is something you can practice at home, and it actually really helps you have a nice, strong voice that doesn't sound airy, like that kind of singing has no diaphragm. But if you use your diaphragm, you're going to get a nice sound. Now it's time to review our lesson. In today's lesson, we learned to define and locate the vocal cords. We saw images of the vocal cords in our video. We also talked about how vibrations affect the chest and the face when we use our voice. The chest is affected when we use our low voice, and the face is affected when we use our high voice. We reviewed pitches sol and mi from the solfege scale. And finally, we finished by learning a little bit about breathing correctly in order to sing by using your diaphragm.